Okay, we're going to start a new series combined Shalom Bayit and the impact, the Shalom Bayit of raising children, which is not easy, say the least. And what I'm going to tell you now here in the series, I assume that it will be a long one. It's not only what I learned in psychology, but I want to bring also my experience in the field. It's already 40 years experience. So I think something I do know, something after 40 years, and all kind of people that came through my office and in and out, and you see all type of people, observant, not observant, half observant, quarter observant, all kinds of them. But I want to tell you things according to I'll mix it up, but the main thing is to bring you what Hashem is saying, how to raise a child. Because after all, Hashem giving us the child. And He knows the best what we have to do with the child, okay? All the things that we learn, psychology, it just comes to, to maybe to add more than what we know. Not that I can so much impress, but it's helping up to a certain point, because there are places that they cannot help. And you see along the way why. So, what is a family? Maybe somebody can tell me what a family means. Okay. Ma. He's saying very good. Very good. Okay. But it's a bunch of people that each one is different from each other. Abba is different. Ima is different. The kids, totally different. And we have to have unity. How can it be? If we are totally different people, how can we be united? Okay? So now, when you're coming to Bet Knesset to pray, are they all the same people? Huh? No, right? You should know it by now, right? They're not the same, right? But since they're gathering in one place, we call it Bet Knesset, meaning it's a house that everybody will gather over there, no matter who they are, no matter what the character is, but they have one goal. Yes? And what is the goal? To pray. All right? So what is the goal in the family? My wife can be different. I am different. The kid is different. But what is the goal of the family?
To unite.
We can unite also on the beach. Okay? I say, what is the goal? There is a goal that we have to reach. So now, let me tell you this. to shul, you come in 1 hour or 2 hours, maximum 3 hours, and you leave. Bye-bye. For 3 hours to behave, we can do it. But 24/7, day after day, week after week, year after year, that's not something simple. This needs a lot of patience, and you have to have a goal in order to make sure that I can, we can come up with all kinds of agreements, solutions in order for us to reach the goal, because we all have the same goal. Or if you don't have a goal, that's the worst thing. Okay, so now, don't forget, there is 3 partners in every child. Do you know who put you together with your husband? The Shadchan says, I did it at the matchmaker. He said, if I will not get on the phone, this will never happen. Tell him to go to sleep. Okay? No matter what it is, if Hashem wanted to happen, it will happen regardless. So now, a baby is the same thing. You can try and you can try and you can try. If Hashem wants, it will happen. If Hashem don't want, no matter what you're going to do. I know people skinny, they're going through IVFs and IUIs and who knows what they're going through. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Because Hashem don't want. Finally, I had the case. They did it and they inserted inside, and after 3-4 months, they called her back and they said, the child that you have going to be Down syndrome. I said, listen, don't ask me, I don't know. Go ask other people what to do. Should I make an abortion, not to make abortion? I said, it's not my department. I don't want to deal with that. Okay. But why? Because Hashem don't want it. When Hashem don't want, it will not happen. So the 3 partners in every child. Abba, yeah, Ima, Hashem. Who is the main partner? So if you want to make it, you cannot take the main partner and tell them we don't want you. Can you do it? Huh? So why people are thinking if they'll do what they want to do and they'll keep the Torah outside, they'll make it. They'll never make it. They will never make it. Okay? So now, whatever I'm going to say over here, if you're looking for a quick fix, this is not for you. There is no hocus pocus, and the child, after 1 day, you see a different child. That's not going to work. It takes time. Time, takes patience, and go on and on and on and on. Okay? Nothing is going big because easy comes, easy goes. So, they'll find it, don't worry. So now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try. Hopefully I'll be successful, okay, to make you more patient, the parents and the couple itself. Patient toward ourselves and toward our spouse. Because we have to accept that we're different. Okay? When my daughter or my sons, they went out, so we, like any other parents, we were sitting, waiting for them to come back home and to see what they have to say. Here they come. I said, no, how was it? How was it? He said, it's good. Mama, right. What did you say? What did you say? She said, oof, Abba, what shall I tell you? Say something. Say something. He said, I can explain you, but we have a clique. A clique? What clique means? I don't know what a clique means. I said, maybe you can explain me what a clique means, so I know. Oh, a clique. Okay. Finally, I found out, again, that he is quiet and she is more on a fiery side, and he is said, oh. So I understood. So then she told me, I told her, don't you think it's too quiet for you? He said, no, that's what I like. Okay. Then she told me, Abba, opposite attract. I want my opposite. Meaning, two people, the same people, they will not make it. They will not make it. And I have some news. Do you have a child that have your character? Anybody? Huh? You think so? This child, you will not be able to cope with him. Your husband will be very good with him. It's a rule. A child that have your character, you're gonna clash with the child day and night. Why? Because you see yourself in a small version now. Who can take care of it? Of this child? Your husband, because he married you. He knows how to deal with this child. You will not be able because you have to cope with yourself. And we're not accustomed to this. Kids that have the same character as Abba will not be able to deal with them. No. Ima, yes. Opposite.
What if you have a child that doesn't cope with the mother all the time?
Huh?
What if you have a child that doesn't cope with the mother all the time?
Okay, so we're going to get to it. There is plenty like that in our time. You're not the only one. Almost, I would say every child. But we're going to get to it.
Is that the fault of the parents?
Ma,
It's the fault of the parents, no?
see, I'm not coming here to say who is at fault. That's not going to serve anything. I'm coming to educate, and each one should observe it, and we know what we have to fix. Nobody was born, okay? I was not born like this, I promise you, okay? I had to go learn. Did I make a boo-boo with my kids? Yes. Here, there, because after all, your kids, you have demands and so on and so on. Sometimes maybe we overdid it. Okay. But we learn. It's not the end of the world, There's always room to improve. Always. But the people have to be here. Because this is your job. If they want to gain, Okay, if they care for the kids, many people say, I care for my kids. I'm telling you, they're not. I'm sorry to tell them, they're not. Because if you care, you're going to come and learn, get educated, and then you're going to deal with your children with the best way possible. That's called I care. The same way, if you care for your marriage life, so you do everything for it to succeed. So if you need help, there are people who will help you. You don't know everything. Why we are ashamed to learn? Why is it? Are you ashamed to put a tefillin? No? Why? It looks funny. Piton kaka, you're going with this? You know? Why are you ashamed? No?
Hashem commanded.
Huh?
Hashem told us to do this.
So Hashem commanded us to live peacefully with our wife. So if you don't know how to put the tefillin, if somebody comes and wants to show you how to put, are you ashamed? Or are you going to say, thank you? So why, when it gets to relationship, all of a sudden, don't tell me what to do. I know what to do. From when you know? Who taught you? Who taught you? Maybe you have an answer for me. Huh? No? I'll tell you where is the problem. The problem is
Embarrassed.
if I'll come to learn, meaning I'm a failure
I have a problem.
and I have a problem, they see it as a problem. We see it as lack of education. It's two different approaches. A failure is a person that went and he learned and he acquired knowledge and he cannot do it. That's a failure. But if you don't know, are you a failure? If you take a child to a college, okay, a child, 10 years old, he's going to college, is he a failure? No, it's not. Why? Because it doesn't fit them. So to get married is not a college, it's beyond college, way beyond it. And with what knowledge we're getting in?
You
Ah,
don't know.
the knowledge is how to dance, first dance. The instructor will come to tell you, put your leg this way, put your legs, right? I saw it. I said, are you? For 2 weeks, I saw a couple in Ili Palace over there. Instructor in Russia. Hey, Takoi, together. I said, you teach them how to live, how to dance. That's not going to help them. Whom shall I talk to? Whom shall I talk to? The classes is only to remind you that you have to learn. How much can we teach you? How much? And yet when they're coming, they're looking at the watch because I have an appointment with the flower guy. And then you have an appointment with the Satan, the video. Shugaim, instead of putting all the effort there, you should put the effort, okay, when it's really needed.
They have classes before people get married?
Of course.
No, not only Khatan Kala, they just talk about the music stuff.
No. When we teach, we teach. But yet, it's not enough. I'm telling them. What I'm telling you now is mamash on the tip of the fork. You have to come and don't wait for the problem to be a mountain, and then you come to us and we don't know where to start and where to end, right? You have a problem, not able to solve it, go ask for advice, what to do, how to approach it.
A lot of people are embarrassed.
מה יש להתבייש?
I don't want people to know their problem.
It's not a problem. Why are we calling it a problem? Why? Huh?
Husband and wife fight. It's a problem.
Fight is only Mike Tyson. He knows how to fight. We arguing. We have disagreement. Fight is a bad word. I don't like this word. We have disagreement. Okay? Fine. It's normal. Why is not normal? She thinks b'chalal in a different way. A man b'chalal thinking in a different way. Hashem did it on purpose. On purpose. Otherwise, it will be boring. Imagine you made a robot. Whatever you're going to say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's no fun. There's no fun. And you're not going to grow like this. When do you grow? When you have a problem, you start to grow. So you know how to deal with it. So, by the way, we growing up with our kids as well, because we need to be more patient, more communicators, and more alert, and so on and so on. We growing up, they making us grow up. Otherwise, you stay the same. So now, when you're having argument, when was the last time that you two took a course how to communicate? The Bukharian way of communicating is, hey, bacha. So, right? Like a cow. Then it becomes a dog. Woo! That's communication. A communication is just a skill, is an art. Is an art. So if I cannot have a conversation, a normal one with my wife, can you communicate with a child? Don't even think about it, because they have their own way of communicating. And you have to listen, you have to be patient, you have to do so many things. Oof, lech bar. And you're saying to the wife, oh, you're saying to the child, go to mommy, go. No. That's not a solution. It's not a solution. So,
Should we be strict with the kids or not?
depends when, depends how much, what are the rules, We have to go so many things and details, and the details, it is not, okay. I've seen all the time parents coming to me with the kids, the child says, look what are you doing to me, and I'm looking at the parents, say, he deserves it, she deserves it, blah, 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 and I have to sit there and make peace. And I take, sometimes I take him outside and say, what are you doing? And I'm, no, blah, blah, blah. The Russian style. Habibik, there is a way.
This is necessary.
What?
This is necessary. Be very stern.
It is. It is. It is. When we come to, when we get to discipline, then we have to make sure, okay, that the laws or the boundaries that Abba and Ima set for the house, nobody should cross it.
Cross the line.
No crossing the line, no matter what. No matter what.
If the child continuously crosses the line, then
You don't let it happen. You don't let him fall on the floor, bang his head on the floor, bam, boom. No. So,
On what age to start disciplining the kids?
they will.
Like be strict with them. Maybe when they're small also.
I don't care what street. I told them they need, no, a child needs a structure, even an infant. I saw Ima, and she talks to me and say, my child sleeping with us on the bed. I said, excuse me? Can you say it again? She said, what did I say? I said, please, repeat again. How old is the child? 8 months. What the child doing on your bed? He said, if I'm going to put him in the crib, he is not, he cries. So let him cry. Let him cry. No, I can't. I said, you can't? Okay, go out. Let your husband deal with that. You have the child has to know already from now, you have your own crib, you're gonna sleep there. He already from this age, they want to take control. You're not gonna let it happen.
So from the first day you should put the child in the crib.
Yeah, that's it.
Bassinet, crib, whatever it is, nothing to do on the parents' bed. Nothing. Well,
It's okay to put a child in a different room?
of course.
From day one.
From day one, listen, I think for the first 3 months, it's not bad because if she has to nurse the child, so it's much easier when the child is next to you, okay, fine, then that's okay. But from then on, you have to sleep training him, feeding him also needs, and they're looking for this. When they don't have a structure, they don't feel safe. And they're becoming more vulnerable, and they're going to drive you to the walls. When they know there is a system, they feel confident and they're going along with the rules. But the parents have to be united. That's what you told me, right? Very well done and very well said. United. No, okay, no, boy. Let him play. No. A rule is a rule. Why in school they so good? Did you ask yourself once? There are kids that the parents do not believe that the child is behaving in school. Are you talking about my child? Yeah, so the teacher says, yes, I'm talking about your child. He's very well behaved. He is following instructions, he said. So why when he's coming home, he's a terrorist? Because you let it happen. So why not? Why not? You let it happen. In school, nobody will let it happen. Yeah. Nobody will let it happen. So they feel that the school knows what they're doing. You feel comfortable. You feel secured, and you're following the rules. Following the rules. Okay. Now, why Hashem chose us, Abba and Ima, to be his partners? Why did he choose us?
To blame somebody for the mistake.
That's a good question. I always wanted to know why Hashem put us with this kind of kids.
It's kind of,
Like,
first of
are
all,
we really like able to handle the kids that we have?
yes, you're able to handle every kid. If you know what you're doing, of course. But this was not my question. I said, why Hashem chose us to be his partners? Why kids cannot grow on the tree? Why she has to go through all this, with the stomach and gain weight and painful and so on? Who needs it? Put a tree. What do you want? A boy? Take a tree for the boy, and the boy will come out. And now, not only that, each one has his own character, coming from a different family, different chinuch, different approaches. Maybe bichlal, two different schools of life. And such a mess. Why Hashem did all this? What do you want from us? We need, Hashem did it, he says, after all, we all have to unite because you don't know me, right? And you don't know each other. And now this will cause us to be united. We all in the same boat, in the same game. I'm going to give you a child, and we all going to do our part. Abba will do his part. Okay? He has his system how to raise a child. Ima will do her part. And Hashem will do his part. All right? If we have one goal. If we have one goal. Let me take you to the army for a second, okay? Okay, I was in the army. You too, yes? Good, very good. So I was a captain. Okay, so now we had a goal. I said, אתה רואה העמדה הזאת שמה? The Arabs, by hook or by crook, we have to wipe them out. So the other captain had a different idea. He said, I think we have to attack first from the air, and then we're going to come there, and we're going to let them, we have to soften it up a little bit. I had a different approach. I said, listen, we are well trained. Let's we're going to surprise them in the middle of the night. And yalla done. Two different approaches. He said, we have to take it. Let's bring the Air Force. Let the Air Force throw. If you bring Air Force, they know already what they want to do. They know what we want to do. Well, let's surprise them. Yes, no, yes. Okay, we had two different approaches. Okay. At the end, what was the goal? Same goal. He has his ideas. I have my ideas. But both of us want to do the same thing, to wipe them out. How to do it? That's what we have argument. Two different. Yes. Is it wrong? No. So now you understand? Abba coming. He doesn't want to eat. Go to sleep. Don't do us a favor. Don't eat. Ima come. No. She has her approach. She has your approach. But what is the goal is the child should be healthy. So Ima thinks that you should do akafot with the child, akafa rishona, until he will eat. That's good. Abba said, he's a man, pick him up, go to sleep. Don't do us a favor. Okay. Any harm done? No. Because if the goal is the same goal, so this will not bother us.
But this was sort of an argument between the husband and the wife.
Why?
Because the wife says, why do you keep saying, go to sleep, he has to eat?
Okay. Beautiful. Very good. So now we have a place for discussion. So I will say, I can feel that you Ima and you care. I don't take it away. But did you see once a child died from starvation? No. So he doesn't want to eat. Do you like when someone wants to force you to eat? Do you like it? So why are you doing it to your child? I was very picky until now. My poor wife. Very picky. That's who I am. Force is not going to work. I'm saying it over and over again. Many kids, unfortunately, they don't like Yom Shabbat. Why? Again, also, again, this, am I going to force us? We have to eat. We didn't do this. My child comes and says, I don't like this food. What do you like? Cereal. By all means. Chazak u'baruch. The boxes are there. Take any cereal that you want. Sit over here like a cat, and eat. That's what you like? Ima comes, Ma, you don't eat? Look, I have veins. I stood up all day just to cook for you. You're not going to eat? Through your nose, it will go in. I don't want to. Oh, yes, you're going to do it.
You're going to give him something like this, let the child do whatever he wants. You're gonna say, okay, anything I say, they're gonna give in, they're gonna let me do whatever I want. So for bigger things, he's also gonna do whatever he wants.
Food, I mean, why? Because Shabbat is a karata la Shabbat onik. Shabbat, you have to enjoy yourself. Why you want to enjoy yourself and the child has to suffer? Maybe you can tell me.
I'm not telling him to suffer, but if you're gonna let
He
him
doesn't
do
like it.
whatever, you're gonna let him do now what he wants. Then the next thing, oh, they let me do whatever I want. I don't want to eat, so now it's time to go to sleep. No, I don't want to go to sleep.
No, this no. This no.
If you're gonna see that you're weak, you're letting him do whatever he
No,
wants.
no, no. So if you know how to operate, tell him, Habibik, at kan tzadikaya. You're going to sleep potentially. If you have a set time, you see this clock? By 8 o'clock, everybody is in bed. Army, 8 o'clock, not 8:01, 8 in bed. What happened to us? It can be 8 o'clock, it can be 7:45, it can be 7:30, it can be 8:30. You know, because the balagan. So the child says, anyway, they don't care. So I can make balagan. But when you're putting your foot down, the child knows, Opa Atkan. They know. Not stupid. When you're implementing a rule, implement it all the way. Don't take your words back. But why the child don't need to enjoy his Shabbat? You know, I have news for you. Until now, I cannot put even one drop of osovo in my mouth. Why? Ask yourself why.
Because the mother forces.
Not my mother. My grandmother.
Oh, maybe that's a word.
Oh, osovo, you don't eat. The koach of osovo will stay until Wednesday. By force.
Rabbi, what is osovor? What is osovor, Rabbi?
This is the chamin of the Bukharia,
Oh,
like a cholent for the Ashkenazim.
okay.
Okay,
So what do you? Sure.
yes. Why? Because they didn't force me. I ate it on my own. My wife, Biskina, she said, look, it's so delicious. I said, just put something. I said, enjoy it, Motek. Enjoy. I don't want it. I can't. I can't. Why? Because they force me. Yeah, mamash. And as much as I'm trying, it doesn't work. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. So don't force a child. This is not a good thing, especially not on Yom Shabbat. If you ask your child, what shall I cook for you in the middle of the week? You're asking, what shall I cook for you? Is that I don't know what to say. Okay, let's say he said something. Then he's coming from school in a bad mood. Is again chicken. Soon enough I'm gonna go chicken in my. But you ask me for chicken. I don't want. Habibi, that's what you ask me. I did it for you. Here it is. If you want to eat it, no? Hasta la vista. I want this, I want that. Tomorrow we'll talk. Why you have to teach a child to keep his words. Today he does it to you, tomorrow he'll do it to his wife. And we don't want it. To learn how to keep your words. You asked me, right? I did it for you. Now what you gonna? I'm not going to accept it. It was per your request. I'm not forcing on you. Yeah. So why it's so good that Abba has a different approach, Ima has a different approach? I didn't know why. The child is exposed to more characters. Abba has a different character, Ima has a different one.
Good character.
So he knows what does it mean to be tough, and he knows what does it mean to be soft. And he says, you know, Abba is more, or Ima is more emotional. He is exposed to many things that when it grow up, it will help him. It will help him. Okay. Now, if Hashem gave you this child, to you and to your wife, so you have to know, okay, Hashem trusted you. That's why he gave you a child. And he's expecting you to go and to acquire knowledge to know what to do with the child, because this child is, only you can raise this child up. Only you. Don't look at your sister, don't look at your aunt, don't look at this one. Each one, Hashem gave them their own kids what they need to. He is partner with them in a different investment. You look at your investment. Hashem invested in me. So I have to take care of this investment. Each one has his own investment. So Hashem says, if I give you a child, meaning I'm trusting you, you're able to do a job. So if we're not doing a job, okay, meaning we have something that we're lacking in and we don't want to learn. Hashem trusting you and you don't trust yourself? Huh? Now, now, sometimes it's not so easy to keep quiet when one of the spouses dealing with a child and you can't take it. You can't take it. So what he or she doing? Why she is so lenient with the child? Took this child throwing to bed, man. What's the balagan over here? Oh, Ima said, she cannot take it. I said, why are you so tough? What are you? Leave the child alone. She wants to, she has resentment. Okay. Let's say you're starting to argue. Why are you telling the child this? Whoa. Okay.
It's okay to do that in front of the kid?
Huh?
It's okay.
But let's say sometimes, most of the arguments, unfortunately, is next to the kids. Most of them. On the spot.
It's impulsive, that's why it just comes out.
What did you gain? Let's start to analyze. What did we gain if we started to argue next to the kids? Maybe your wife at the end will recognize that you met saying things which make sense and you smart. Or you're gonna force your spouse to surrender, to submit herself or himself to your opinion forcefully. but you're going to lose everything. What? Your spouse will stop to respect you and appreciate you because you're using force. The child is confidence will get very shaky. Imagine you working for somebody, they partners, and they fighting all day long. Do you feel that your job is secured?
No.
Huh?
No. They can close down any minute.
That's how a child feels. He said two people are in charge over here. They all the time arguing. He feels insecure. They may fold this business any day now. You destroying the child, mamash destroying the child. This we should be very careful with. And now, how the atmosphere will be at home? Is it pleasant to come to a house that husband and wife arguing in public? It's pleasant? Huh? So if it's not pleasant for us to hear all this, imagine a child that is so sensitive. Don't you think it's too much to pay for? Huh? So sometimes it's better to keep quiet. Let the other spouse, they're starting to deal with the child, let them finish what he wants to do. Even if it's a mistake, the child will forget it. He will forget it. But the fact that you and Ima were arguing in front of them, this they will never forget. Never, ever. And every therapist will tell you right away when they see a problem, they say to the client, in what house did you grow up? How was the relationship between your father and your mother? And they start, sometimes I see older people starting to cry in my office. They say, we had a nightmare. Nightmare. Pito, it's coming out, like you're opening champagne, pop, and it's coming out. So you see everything is coming out. So, next to you, we're going to talk about, first of all, we have to be united husband and wife. That's before anything else. Because if you're not on the same page, you see, if you know how to plan, okay, it can be a very nice combination. In my house, my wife was and I was the softy one, as usual. Okay, so whatever she was tough, the kids looks at me. I said, Ima said you have to sleep, and you're going to sleep. There. Even though inside my stomach was turning upside down, the matrut amen. Let them have another fight. So it was a well-played game. We use each one the tactics when we needed to be soft. I walked in. When it needed to be tough, she walked in, and I walked out. Okay, it's a very well. Yes, if you know what to do, you see the chokhmah of Hashem that He gave Abba to be there, Imam was there. So sometimes you need this one, and sometimes you need that one. You cannot have two softies, and you cannot have two tough ones. Each shot, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. One has to be garage. Good. So the child knows, okay, if we're dealing now with the soft one, so at least we can talk, you know. But the soft one also knows where is the boundary. They will try. They say, anyway, Abba, soft, let's, Atkan. This, no. So they say, even the softy one saying no. So we know now it's no, come on, no. But if children have at least taste, what does it mean soft? What does it mean? They'll cope with this. They like it. But every teacher in the school is the same? Oy vavoy. One comes, one comes, and the kids, I hate this teacher, I like this teacher, I don't like the school, I don't like this, I don't get excited. They have all the same goal, and the goal is to educate your child as much as they can.
When you stop educating them? When do you stop educating them?
Educating them.
Like educating them or trying to control them.
Until the bar mitzvah time, if it's a boy, it's a chinuch. Then he becomes a teenager, he wants to teach you already. And so then you have to be very...
After they're married, should you still try to help them or control them or teach them what's right, what's wrong, or no?
Control them.
My Rabbi used to say, Karpas. Yeah, Mazel. If you know, the Kaf Resh Pe Samech. Klal Rishon Pe Satum. That's Karpas. Whatever you see good, not good, you like it, you don't like it, you always smile. He said, Pe Satum, the mouth is zipped and the pockets are open. That's what they taught us.
That's it.
Klal Rishon Pe Satum, the pockets wide open.
The young couple, you shouldn't try to help them, to guide them in the right way.
You cannot do it. Let people from the outside do it. Every couple, I said, even to my own kids, I said, don't come to me. Don't put me on a hot seat. I'm biased. Either I take, if it's my son, automatically I take her side because I don't want her to be my enemy. My son is always my son, you know? So I give him a smack as a, even though it is right, but I cannot say it. So it's not fair. Go to somebody else, not bias, and he will take care of it if you need it. I said, to me, you're not coming to this office. I'm telling you right now. And the kids say, Abba, no, we want to come over here if I have a problem. Why should I go to people today? I said, Dafka, you go to a person who doesn't know you. Don't interfere. Not. And that's I learned at home also. My parents never ever told me one word. Klum.
Let them do whatever they want.
My brothers, myself, whatever they saw, Mm, mm.
Even if they're not doing the right thing?
Even though that is that. They'll find out. You're a grown up, no? Take care of your own problems. So back to parents. Sometimes I hear, we had an argument, so I called her parents. My parents came, her parents came. I said, oh boy, don't tell me that. He said, yes, we came. So now, what happened, you think? Each one took his own side. And it became even worse. Now the parents themselves started to fight. Until now, they were out. Now they got into the Khatuna also. So now you have to eliminate them out. And you start with the couple, and then you bring the parents over and you have to make peace. Big balagan. You don't go to parents. School days are over. What Ima will do? Okay, I'll punish you. Well, why we behaving like mamash infants? Parents, my advice to all of them, always advice. You married your child, your job is over. Done. You take your pen, make a V, one less. Shalom. My responsibility was until they got married. Got married, I'm not responsible. That's it. I'm done.
You made in life.
Mazema?
You don't want your kids to make the same mistakes you make in life.
They'll find out. You can be advisor, talk to them. Not to come to them with a criticism. Okay? I see many things that I don't like. Well, I keep quiet. I know. Patient, the reality at the end will slap everybody. Sooner or later, you're going to get a smack. Okay? If Hashem loves you, the smack will come early. If Hashem don't like you, so it will come in the later age or when you're already quiet. Then you're going to look back and say, I didn't accomplish anything in my life. That's the worst feeling that you can have. The worst. So, we have a lot to go through. This was only the introduction. Oh, yes. Then we're going to go into detail by details. How to be united with the child, how to discipline a child, how to love a child. We don't know even how to love. Sorry to say. When I talk to you, I'm telling you, you better buy chairs over here with seat belts because the people might fall from the chairs. We don't know even how to love. We respect. Today, parents are afraid of their own kids.
Well, that's the way they raise them.
No.
It's the way the society is today.
The person
What
is.
happens if the kids don't go to the yeshiva, they go to public school.
Oh, that's a part. These parents don't love their kids. They love their pockets. You're sending a child to a public school, you don't love your child for sure. For sure. Child, they say, why should I spend money on the yeshiva? Right? I'll go to Aruba. And he will sit with the Kushim, Spanishim, and everybody else.
Rabbi, one parent told me that, so I take my kids to good vacations, I buy them a good house.
Very good, very good.
I love my child. You see, I do all these things. What's the answer to this?
The answer is that she loves herself.
Mm.
She don't love her child.
What, to take your kids on vacation, you don't love them?
No.
Sometimes you want to take the kids for yeshiva, and the yeshiva say you cannot take your child. What after?
What, why they cannot take the child?
Are you a couple story in Finland?
You call me up, everybody will.
There has to be a reason.
We'll
Go
go
to
in.
yeshiva for no reason, they're not gonna accept it, it's not possible.
What are you gonna help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning you're gonna get a phone call.
No problem. It will take me one telephone call. That's all.
There has to be a reason why they're not like that.
To the yeshiva.
A lot of the rabbis, the head rabbis in the yeshiva, if you don't have money, they don't want to see you, they don't want to talk to you, they don't want nothing to do with you.
Depends.
Depends whom.
A lot of yeshivas, this is the problem. This is why a lot of kids, parents send their kids to public school. They said,
No.
why would I send my child to
I
yeshiva?
disagree with you because I saw parents in my own eyes. They driving very nice cars.
And they don't want to be.
They're living in a very nice homes, but they're claiming that they don't have money for tuition. You should hear once what the Ashkenazim saying about us. Sometimes I want to bury myself. You know, they said, you guys, what's the matter with you? You're building homes, you have nice cars. When something is important for you, you're going to fight for it. It's important. My son have 10 kids. 10 times he has to pay tuition. No. Does he pay? Yes, he pays. It's difficult, yes. But he says, I'll do everything. So they should be in the yeshiva. I had chavrutot, people that I learned with. One had 19 kids.
Wow. So truly didn't have a TV now.
You don't put that in the yeshiva.
You just see bang bells. Mamash like army camp.
How can be yeshiva? They have to help them.
Mainly they go into yeshiva, they dress. I don't know what they're doing. Hashem is helping. These people live beyond any nature. If you're gonna be a partner with Hashem 19 times, you have a good partner, right? 19 times you partner with Hashem. 19 times.
How do you take family trips?
They don't have family.
Take a bus.
No, I'll tell you what they do. Summertime, they go up to the mountains.
Yeah. Bungalow.
The mountain. Finished. We're going to the airport. And then they coming back, they need vacation after the vacation. Yeah. And
Hashem provides
his wife,
for them.
Kara, come. Maybe I said, by us, 3 kids already, you need 2 maids and a psychologist. And she was so calm. And when I used to, sometimes I used to go to his house to learn right away. She bring out cake from the oven. As Rabbi Haimoff, this is for you. I know you like this cake. I said, you have 19 kids. Your parents live over here also. It's already 21. You and your husband, 23. And where do you have time to bake for me cakes? He said, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? I don't understand. Yeah. She looked at me like I fell off the moon.
באמת כל הכבוד.
Yeah.
תעריף מעונת הבא.
This guy is okay. Listen to me. My kids, you know what they used to say, Abba, it's so the difficult kids. I used to sing for them. There's a song. ילדים זה שמחה. אתה מכיר את זה? ילדים זה שמחה, ילדים זה ברכה. הייתי שר להם, I used to sing to them. Oof, why is it? Screaming as ילדים, אבא, stop it. ילדים זה שמחה, ילדים. בית קרה. Action. It's good. We're going to speak. Okay, I'll see you. שבוע טוב, everybody.